Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Leigh and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. Today I'm actually going to be playing with all matte eyeshadow palettes, and these are from Hindash. Now, I didn't originally pick up the Beautopsy palette, even though I was definitely intrigued by the way that these pans are and the fact that they're ombre, and I watched his launch video and it was just really interesting to hear his background in painting, and I felt like I could relate to that. While I'm definitely not a professional painter, by no stretch of the imagination, I did go to an art school, so I have touched pastels, watercolors, acrylic paints, and oil paints. I definitely think that that has had an influence in the way that I use eyeshadow and apply eyeshadow and play with colors, etc., etc., especially because my two favorite mediums were pastels and watercolors, and those you go from lightest to darkest. So I feel like that's why I always have done my eyeshadow that way, because I like to kind of add on versus starting with a darker shade to begin with and then bringing in some lighter tones. When they announced the Monochromance palette, I was extra intrigued because that is obviously a much more colorful palette than the other one. Now, I knew that there was not going to be enough depth in here for me, even though it goes from like light to like mid-tone. Not quite enough, but thankfully I was able to grab the Beautopsy palette on sale. I believe it was on sale for $49. So I was like, this is my time to buy both of the palettes and play with them together, because that way I can deepen up some of the shades in here with the Beautopsy palette. So I'm going to be creating 3 looks. I'm going to be showing you some swatches, so let's get right into it. There's not a lot picking up on my brush. It seems like it's super hard pressed. There's like almost no kick up in the pan. This is going to be interesting. I'm using a natural hairbrush. This is the Zoeva 224 crease brush. I just washed all my natural hair brushes. I've yet to do the synthetic brushes, but maybe I need like a denser brush. I can really just get a wash with this, but... So I'm switching over to the rougher 12. It is much stiffer. See if I can pick up a bit more. Okay, that definitely helped. So I'm just stamping that into the crease. And there we go. Like this is what I wanted out of that shade, but I understand like the option to have them be buildable. And then I'm going into Inked, which is the shade that it gradiates to. And I'm going to use this brush to just pack it on onto the outer corner, and then I'm going to blend it out with a fluffier brush. So just really getting it on there. Taking a little bit of Forever on back to the Zoeva brush and blending that out. It's definitely like not... I mean, I think it's just super buildable. So I just put on a little bit more, and I'm going to go in and just blend that out again. I think I'm going to bring it up in here a little bit. I do want to go and just see if I can deepen it up a little bit. I'm going to go in with Infra from the Beautopsy palette. And I'm going to put that... Oh, this doesn't seem as hard pressed. I'm just going to put that out here. Just to kind of add a little bit of something to something. That seems to be layering really nicely. Taking the Blank Canvas eyeshadow primer from Give Me Glow, and I'm gonna put that onto my lid. I'm gonna do a fake half cut crease situation, and I don't mind, I don't want it to be fully blocked out. I don't mind just a little bit of the teal peeking through. The birds are so loud. You could probably hear that. Even when I put music on, like as a background, you can still hear the birds usually. So I'm just gonna take it rude. Picking up Dote, which is right above the teals, and I think I need a different brush. Just needed something a little bit fluffier, and I'm just blending that in there. And I'm gonna kind of start blending it on an angle, but I want it to merge in with the teal. Going back in with ink just a little bit to bring it back out here. And then going in with Anti. And I'm gonna put that right against it here. I can't really see much of a difference between that and Dote. So I'm gonna pack on a little bit more Dote. There, I can kind of see it there. Going in with Inked on the Refer number 3 brush. Just connecting my lower lash line, and I'm gonna dip into Intra just a little bit from the Beautopsy palette, just so that my outer corner right here matches. And I'm not gonna take it all the way. I don't really usually like to put eyeshadow here. I'll do it sometimes, but I don't prefer it because I have the creases down here, and that just makes it spread further and further down. So I kind of want this to be a little bit more contained like this. Put on the All Mine lashes from Kiss, and here's the first finished look. I'm gonna prime with the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot on this side. Just wanna try this eyeshadow formula on different primers, especially because it's new to me. I'm gonna go in with Love Kills right into the crease. Ooh, that is so bright. I love that. And then I'm going in with Heart from the Monochromance palette. I'm gonna use that to blend it out. It's blending out really easily for sure. Going back in with Love just a little bit. And then I'm taking Kills. Whoa. It's very, very similar, but does have just that extra punch to it. It's almost like a neon red. That is so, so pretty. So it's gonna be on the outer corner. Definitely wanna use this as a blush. This shade I think would be so beautiful. Going back in with Heart. Just gonna use that to blend it out here. And I'm using the Hakuhodo J5529 brush. Refer number 3 brush. I'm gonna use it to deepen it up and just smoke it out here. Just a little bit. That is layering so beautifully over this red shade. You know, just sometimes things don't want to layer that well, and you have to go with the darker shade and then build on it. But I had a feeling that this was going to be more my style because Hindash is a painter, or used to be. I don't think he's like actively a painter, and that's how I've always done my eyeshadows, because I think the way that I've painted and drawn before, and it's always been light to dark, especially with watercolors. Oh, that's so nice. And I'm gonna take it under my lower lash line. Going back in with this brush from Hakuhodo, and I'm just blending it with Love. And just really winging it out, I guess, apparently. I'm gonna pack on a little bit more of Kills. And then I'm gonna pick up the black and just start to kind of blend it a little bit. I do want it to be just a little bit. There we go. Oh yes. Oh yeah. I love the way these are just layering is magical. Taking some blank canvas eyeshadow primer from Give Me Glow, and I'm just going to do similarly what I did on the other side. Just gonna blank this area out a little bit, but I'm not gonna take it all the way down. I really want to keep that depth there, so I'm just gonna keep painting this higher and higher and looking straight, relaxing my hood so I know where it ends. where it falls. So that's about it, and I'm gonna extend this, and I'm just gonna tap this. I'm gonna use my finger on this outer portion, picking up lines from the Beautopsy palette, and I'm just gonna use that to create the edge. And I'm going in with Wonder from the Beautopsy palette. But I don't want to take it all the way up. And I do feel like I need to go onto the outer corner here. So I'm going to go in with Kills. I'm just going to kind of bring it in a little bit. I think I lost it. And then going in with the black and just blending it, and then I'm gonna take it along my lash line as well, just really smoking it out. Go back in with the black and just taking it right along my lash line, but not too far. I put on the All Mine lashes from Kiss, and here's the second finished look. Priming with the P. Louise Paint Primer. Going in with Match right in the crease from the Monochromance palette. I'm gonna do a neutral look because I've played with the colors, but I haven't yet played with any of the really neutral shades for obvious reasons. I was going to do 4 looks, but I just don't have time to do a 4th look, so this is going to be the 3rd and final look. And we're gonna do a halo eyes. I'm going in with Made, which is the shade right next to Match. Oh, that gives really good depth actually. Ooh, that is so nice. These feel overall a little bit harder pressed. I will definitely have to keep experimenting with this palette. Going back in with Match. I'm just gonna use it to feather out this outer edge. And then next I'm taking Made, popping it under my lower lash line. Also gonna do it right underneath the inner portion. Usually don't like to do that too much, but match just a little bit. I really feel like these palettes are going to be user-friendly for a lot of people because you really can just build and build and build. And then I'm gonna take, how different is Feel? Let me take Feel from the Beautopsy palette. Just wanna see, it's not really looking that much different. So I'm gonna actually go in with Intra from the Beautopsy palette and see if I can pack that on, just like kind of smoke it out in here a little bit. And out here, I feel like this probably is not going to layer much at this point, but I think they smoked it out just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take it down here, down here. I'm gonna take lines. I'm just gonna put that right in the center of my lid. I really like put my brush in there, almost said finger, because I really wanted to make sure I picked up enough for it to pop off these shades. So as you can see, it's kind of mixing in here, which I don't want too much of that, but I really want that pale center. I'm just gonna put on a little bit more, and I'm taking it up into my crease, and I feel like that's super cool. So I'm gonna take it underneath here. This is packing on really nicely. Just going to fix it right here a little bit. And then taking a little bit more and fixing the edges. I feel like that was pretty easy to do, and I really like the way that looks, except down here. Just gonna smudge it a little bit more down here. But like, look at this blend. It just looks so good. in real life, like, whoa. To finish off this look, I wanted to put on some really glam lashes. Since it is such a subtle look, I had to glam it up somehow. So the lashes are the Ioni Wispy Natural Lashes. And in the waterline, I have the Tiptoe eyeliner from Beauty Creations. And I actually love the way that looks. Just a soft blend, but with some glam lashes. And of course, you could pair it with some more subtle lashes or no lashes at all. Okay, this doesn't bend back. No! Okay, I'm gonna go in with Heavy Petal. I'm gonna go for my blush. Super hard pressed, could really tell. Ooh. Ooh, the way that just like blends. Looks way more vibrant in the viewfinder than it does in real life, but that is so pretty. That is a really nice powder. And to the other side. So these are going to be buildable. Love the way that looks. And for highlighter, I'm going to use the Game Beauty highlighter. They just came out with these, and this is the shade Geo number 3, and it's a beautiful, just kind of neutral champagne-y. Well, it's a little bit more on the gold side kind of shade, and these are a little bit harder pressed, so I am kind of digging into the pan a little bit with my brush. But once you get it on, so beautiful. Look at that. That looks so stunning. And then on this side, I love the way that looks. And to finish off this look, I decided to pair my Lisa Eldridge Velvet Fawn lipstick. I keep forgetting I have these lipsticks, so I gotta get some more use out of them, and I think it's a really nice nude and goes really well with this look. I really like how this look came out. I think the lashes just add a little bit more drama, which is exactly what I look for. And you know, I love my sparkly, shifty, shiny eyeshadows, but I can appreciate a nice all matte look. Overall, I'm going to talk about these palettes together because I really feel like there's no difference in formula. These are the same thing. There's just a different assortment of colors. And so my thoughts so far after doing the 3 looks on these palettes are that there's 2 like huge pros. One is they're buildable, and 2, there is no fallout. You can get a little bit of pickup if you like really dig your brush in there, just like any eyeshadow. There's obviously going to be some powder coming up from the pan, but otherwise nothing compared to some other matte eyeshadows that I have tried before that had a ton of fallout, and I feel like that's a really huge benefit to these palettes. I think that makes them very beginner friendly, and also they blend very easily. They blend into each other. You can really layer. You don't have to start with a darker shade and blend out with a lighter shade. You can kind of build upon it and get to the level of depth that you would like. It really depends on your preference, and I just feel like these are really versatile, and for professional makeup artists as well, have the option to dial up or dial down and really just get that nice wash of color to create a seamless blend on their clients. I feel like these palettes are great quality. They are harder pressed, and I think sometimes people think that if something is harder pressed, it means the formula is bad, but I don't really think so. I think I have tried eyeshadows that are harder pressed that didn't perform, but I don't think it's the case here. I really feel like this formulation is very considered, though I am curious to see how Hindash keeps expanding these palettes. Like, I wonder if at some point, you know, you don't want to have a gradient of like a dark brown and black that is this size of a pan. Like, I wonder if eventually we will get just square pans or round pans that are like 26 millimeters or something like that. I really like pairing these 2 palettes together. I like that I was able to deepen out if I wanted to with some of these darker shades that are in the Beautopsy palette. These are not like quite as colorful as I usually like. I think they perform really well, and I know that if I dip into this palette, I will get an effortless, beautiful blend. So I think these are going to be great companion palettes to some of my multi-chrome shadows and my other metallic single shadows. So let me know in the comments below if you picked either of these palettes up and what you think of them. I would love to hear your thoughts, and that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so many tutorials uploading my channel and much more to come you don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.